Who's rounding into some brilliant form. Said she's been having a few problems with her run-ups this year. But the German, that's a good effort from her in the third round. So Mahambo, after a 6.52 in round one and another no jump from her, she was way behind the board on those first two attempts. That was much better. And contending with the wind on their backs, down the back straight, running in the same direction, if you like, as you would in the 100 metres. Finish line on the far side, that's better, as I said. So Mahambo will take the lead. 7 meters or 2, wind plus 2.6, not illegal in that, in the sense of a personal best. Long jump, and we saw good competition with these women the other night. But Bekra-Manchuk in Oslo had 3 no jumps. Well, tonight she was back to form, or this afternoon rather, and a 6.79 in round 3 with a slight following wind, got her third spot. And Španović, who came out on top in Florence, but second to Mahambo the other night, again in good form. So good to see her back after so many injury problems, including stress fracture last year. 6.83 for Španović. And then Mahambo, the world champion, we saw a little earlier in round 3 with a following wind of plus 2.6, went over 7 meters, 7.02. She decided to pass in round 5, I suspect, to keep herself fresh for this final round. Now, in Florence, Španović ended up winning the competition despite not being first leading into the final 3. Mahambo missed out on that occasion, but in Oslo, she got it right. So now it'll be Bekra-Manchuk first, then Španović, then Mahambo. 1 jump each. Forget those 6.70, 6.79, 6.83 and 7.02. It's all about what they do in this round in terms of who wins the competition. So Bekra-Manchuk.
She knows that this is carries so much more significance now. It's almost like you've been given another life. It all rests on these next 3 jumps. Who gets first, who gets second, who gets third? As Steve said, the previous 5 rounds are wiped effectively in terms of who wins the competition. Bekra-Manchuk. Yeah, I thought so. Went well into beyond the front edge of the board. That's a shame. I don't know if she caught a strong gust of wind there.
That's what you do, I think, when you're in third spot, Tim, isn't it? You've got to go for it. She's well capable, you know, the world silver medalist is well capable of putting pressure on the other 2, but just too much there.
Minus 1.5, actually, the wind there.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's completely switched around.
Well, it has swirled. I mean, her second round was a plus 1.4. It's really hard for the athletes to judge their run-up correctly.
Španović then. 6.83, season's best for her in round 4. Getting better all the time, rediscovering her form. 31 years of age now. Just trying to compose herself. Mahambo next to go. Can she put the German under pressure here with a good legal jump? Familiar action of hers on the runway, and that's close to the board, wasn't it? Not a very long jump though, a shake of the head. It's a white flag. That looked in the mid 6 meters, 650-ish, something like that, I would suspect, Tim. I don't think that's going to put the German under enough pressure here. Right on the board.
Well, coming into this third round, Steve, this final round rather, she was in second place, and she was guaranteed second place with Bekra-Manchuk's no jump. 6.88. Yeah. Doesn't happen often to you, Steve.
I think I'm going to put a complaint in that graphic of where 7 meters is and 6 meters was.
They are.
Well, she shook her head when she got out of the pit. I think she thought...
Well, she couldn't see the superimposed line across the stand, Steve.
She and I were both mistaken.
Mahambo then. 7.02 in round 3. By far the longest jump of the day. But it will not win her the competition if she can't go out to 6.88 or further with this 6th and final effort. Španović has put a big mark out there, a season's best in round 4 was 6.83. She's just improved that with her final effort, 6.88. Mihambo here, well, she is the European champion. She's the world champion. She is normally so consistent. She's a 7:30 jumper, Mihambo. She's right up there on the all-time list, just outside the top 10. Many of those marks ahead of her were done in the 80s and 90s. This is a new era. Mihambo, though, is the best in the world, but is she the best here today in Stockholm? Oh, she takes her miles behind the board. I don't know, she has done enough. Gets the white flag. That teasing delay of lifting that white flag, but she has to get out of the pit, okay, that's what the judge is waiting for. But 6:88, Steve, if she has gone further than that, well, she's probably given away 20 centimetres. I'd like to see her foot on the board.
I'm just going to put it out there. I'd love to see Španović's jump again, because where she landed in the pit and where Mihambo landed, I think Mihambo it looked as though she was further, but yeah, obviously we're wrong. I'm wrong. And by the way, Španović was into a 2.4 headwind.
How can you remember the sand arrangement?
Not the stand arrangement, it's just the impression. It was funny because when Španović came out of the